Let me start this video by first of all saying that may the soul of those that departed in the attack that happened in Plateau State, may their soul rest in peace. It's quite sad that at this time, like the 2023 is just going to an end, and we're having to deal with, this kind of situation, religious attack. It's quite sad. I read all of some of those stories of victims, of survivors, and I could not help but cry. It's so sad. It's so sad. How can people just organize themselves and then go and attack communities? More than 38 communities were attacked. Yesterday as well, going to yesterday evening, we also received reports saying that another attack was underway at that time as well. We had people who lost their children, who lost their wives, their husband. A particular woman, I read her experience where she said she was carrying a baby. She did not even know when her baby fell off her back. Another man said that he could even recognize 2 out of the attackers. And even before all of this happened, there were reports that, this attack was going to happen. People were, hearing about it. Even the governor, according to, spoke about it, but the security agencies seemed not to take it seriously. And that the excuse the army gave for not intervening on time was the terrain and the distance. Like how? I know that the attack didn't just happen for 10 minutes and then it ended. This attack could have happened for hours, just wreaking havoc, burning their houses, killing people, macheting people and all of that. And the army, the only logical excuse they could give was distance and the terrain. Like how? Terrain, how? Distance, how? I know that 1 or 2 people could have even called somebody they know in the army. If the army wanted to intervene, they could have been there. They could have even, let's just say 30 minutes after it started. The army could have been on ground. Let's just, even if you want to excuse the fact that, they had prior information, they did not take action. What of when the attack started? I don't know. You guys, leave your opinions in the comment section. It's quite sad. It's even sad for me talking about it. But, these are innocent people. What was their offense? Their only offense was being a Christian. It's just quite sad. It's really sad. And then we have our president on the other hand, gallivanting about. He hasn't visited them yet. Okay, let's just excuse that because he's on holiday or vacation. No matter how you want to call it, is in Lagos. But, for her country that has experienced such, gravity of terror, you would expect the president to be, solemn and, moderate in his outings and all of that. But to my shock and surprise, the president was out with convoy as usual, convoy, hundreds, on his way to mosques on Friday and, to other outings as well. In fact, to me, I would say that, at this time, we should have our flag flying half-cast. The president should announce a 5-day mourning just because of that terrible incident that happened. But it seemed to me that maybe killings and attacks are now becoming the norm. It is now becoming normal. Like, it doesn't matter how many people get killed. It's just one of those things that happen. It's quite sad. Enough of my story, guys. Breaking news. We are tired of excuses. Give us our country back. Kukah to Tinubu. The Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Azan Kukah, on Saturday said Nigerians are tired of excuses and need their country back. Speaking on the recent massacres in Plateau State, The bishop tasked President Ahmed Tinubu to urgently end the mindless killings in the country, saying the legitimacy of his government hangs on its ability to do so. Tinubu must know that the legitimacy of his government hangs on resolving this and giving us our country back. We are tired of these confusing, inexcusable, monosyllabic excuses saying this is a asymmetrical war. We are on top of a situation. You cannot kill an idea. It is not about religion or ethnicity. We will bring them to justice. This culture of investigation has excuses must end. The media and we the people must continue to remind the government of its obligations to be accountable. If investigations are made public and rewards or punishments are carried out, then it builds confidence. It will enable people to become involved in their own security. We citizens of Nigeria feel collectively humiliated and betrayed by those who are collaborating with these murderers and a government that seems helpless. Why has the North become the birthplace of so much bloodletting? Why have these killings seen as tools of negotiation with the Nigerian state by the protectors of the North? Why has our North become the incubator of all that is destructive? Boko Haram, banditry, and shades of terrorism all live in our region. Why is this so? These killers are not ordinary murderers. They are killers for a purpose. It is the task of the intelligence community to tell us who they are, where they live, and what their goals are, he said. He, however, commended the federal government for its response to the situation. So far, I commend the government in its responses to these tragedies. Unlike before, when no one bothered to visit the scenes, we are seeing very rapid responses from the top. This is necessary but not sufficient as a strategy. Rebuilding these communities requires more than mere physical infrastructure. There is need for clearer, more imagined strategies for rebuilding community cohesion and resilience. Rebuilding hearts is more urgent than rebuilding houses. Merely awarding contracts for building of houses is not as important as building markets, building roads, providing agricultural input for farmers, and so on, he added. Only by pursuing, apprehending, and bringing these evil men to justice can we begin to speak of a genuine reconciliation among our people. Bringing criminals to justice is justice to the criminal and justice to the victim too. Fixing our economy is desirable, but it must hang on a rigid security scaffolding to protect citizens and nation. The youths are fleeing their own country. The elites are fleeing their own communities. The poor are becoming refugees outside their own communities. Mr. President, give us our communities. Give us back our country, he said. You all, thank you very much for always watching and listening. If this is your first time here, you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, like this video, leave your opinions in the comment section below. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.